Yo, fam, what's up? It's been a while since I made a video like this, but something reminded me some days ago. Well, a clip, and what the guy said in that clip reminded me of something that I've been thinking about. And the thing is with this thing, when I mention it in the community where I think about it, people, even flat earthers, have said that I'm holding on to a glow model and you know what suits the glow model. But the thing is, it doesn't really even suit it, you know. It makes sense on the flat earth model. So I thought, let's make a video about it and let's talk about it.
Rayleigh scattering, the same phenomenon that makes our sky blue, is responsible for the reduced visibility, this foggy, hazy appearance in the UV.
Okay, does it got your attention? And then he go on and say this that sparked it.
When we look up, we are actually seeing a blue haze blocking out space.
So we know it's not blocking out space, but it's blocking out the darkness above, and we will dive into what's actually making the color and what it is, and some in-depths.
Rayleigh scattering is inversely proportional to the wavelength of light to the power of 4. So it really strongly increases the shorter the wavelength becomes. In fact, there's about 5 times as much scattering of ultraviolet light than there is of visible light in the middle of the spectrum.
You know, that's just some extra information, doesn't have to do anything with a specific color, but we'll talk about this.
So you know, if we could see ultraviolet light, we might look up and ask, not why is the sky blue, but why is the sky ultraviolet? And this is, I think, the amazing thing about seeing in the ultraviolet. It's that it shows us how the world is not how we perceive it to be. There's so much more going on there than we would ever imagine.
I keep coming back to Nikola Tesla's quote, and I bet you have seen it too during your own research. And the thing about us not seeing the whole spectrum, I just kept that because we know it's true. It's just we don't pay much attention to it because we don't see it. And you know, people, what we don't see, it doesn't exist. Not true. As you can see on this picture, these pictures, the blueness of the sky is also something we witness on Earth when we look at a very long distance. Checking out all the mountains at the very end, you see they're partly consumed by the air, the blueness or the foggy, the haze, you know. Which is something also that makes us not see indefinitely. Let's put an Earth here and a moon there, and we travel across the little water here, and you will see as we get closer to our original location, you will see that all these layers upon layers, which are all the same opacity, will make it so much harder to see anything. And that is really the rough case of reality. Here's the thing with our blue sky, the blue haze, the gases that makes this blue light thanks to our sun. The thing is, you will not see the blueness in front of your hand if you watch it, because that is not a long distance. It builds up over the distance. And also take note of the solar flare, because it's circular as the sun is. Keep in mind. We will continue with a clip I uploaded a long time ago on my channel, and it suits this topic very well, and I will break it down even a little bit further so you can really see what's going on. Well, we'll continue with 2 BS versions of the sunrise and the sunset, and pay attention to the solar flares in the camera, because the first one will be a pentagon, and the second one will be an octagon, I think it's called, which really just show you and me show us that it's an artificial light source, because the sun is circular. When you aim your camera and get a sun flare or a camera lens flare of the sun, it would be circular always if it's the real sun. That's just some extra tip for you to keep an eye out for in future videos you see from the Spurs. Anyway, as you can see, the sun, the sunset and the moon, the sunset and the sunrise, they show us light up the half Earth at the same time, or directly on, as they show us in class, in school and everything, how the sun rays are vertical and lights up the half of the Earth very finely. It's not the truth. As you can see in the real example of a sunset, you will see that the light, it morphs, it travels not in a specific very line. You can see the darkness beyond LA here, going in a round shape, just as shown in the little flat Earth model down here. And I paused here to show you that what you are watching or looking at with the darkness and everything is that art, is that bending of the light, which the magnetism of Earth do. And in reality, if you have a laser and you have a magnet, you will change the outcome of how the light travels. We will now, with the help of a Tesla coil, see how a source of free energy can give a light to natural gases.
What exactly causes daylight? Is our sun exciting the noble gases through electromagnetism? If the sun is beyond the curvature, what is propagating this light? Does this light seem to be centralized? It is understood in mainstream science that static electricity becomes greater as you go up in altitude. Shall we look at a couple experiments pertaining to noble gases?
And we're going to make each one of these tubes. So the first one that you see is helium. Then you've got neon, then argon, and krypton, and the last of all is xenon. So all tubes are lighting up, as you can see here, and each one has its own characteristic appearance. The neon is the most colorful, and it's the one that ionizes at the lowest voltage. So I'm going to move back now and see which ones will die out. So krypton is the second last. Neon's still going. Coming back further, neon's still going. Now finally I'm back out. So let's start back up. So you've got helium, neon, argon, krypton, and xenon, all lighting up together for a spectacular display of color. And if you were to get a spectroscope and went present, you would be able to examine the output of each one of these lights and to see the different components of the spectrum. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Different tubes, different gases in them, and I'm going to turn the power supply off while we turn the main lights off. Now you can see the different colors produced. The first one is helium, the second is neon, then we have argon, krypton, xenon, and at the end we have hydrogen gas. Now in New York City, people often say that it is colored brightly with neon signs. Now, not all those signs are neon signs. They are noble gas signs, and they are made up by introducing different quantity of noble gases into the tube and by using different color of glasses.
So as you can see, when a source of free energy gets connected or touches the very elements in the air, it will either do a discharge like the lightnings, or it will light up like the neon. And if we don't have much neon in our air, I know that, but the light it emits is just enough in all the molecules we got to give us this blue haze. It's a gas, for crying out loud. It's a gas that's heavier than air. It will rise together with the helium and all the other elements we got. And as you can see with this guy, with the tube of the light tube, when it gets closer it will light up, and one part of it at the very end will not light up. It's the same with our sky, just that we got the different colors, you know, the red color, which is the last one of the colors we can see in that spectrum when the sun moves away, makes the sky red, and then it turns into darkness. So it's just lighting up the molecules, the elements in the air to create our blue sky. I even made a little cute animation for you which shows the light gases coming up from our Earth and just stays between the darkness and Earth due to the pressure of this entire system and the dome. And the moon and the sun circle around connected to the magnetism of this whole structure. And on a blue day we can see the sun perfectly and we can see the moon, but between us and the moon is the blueness, the gases that we see. So we do not see a moon beyond the firmament up in the water. It may be water there as the Bible says, but the blueness we see in our sky is not that. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, leave a comment, like if you like, don't like if you don't like, and yeah, we'll see each other later on. Bye.